This work by J.M.W Turner, entitled The Splügen Pass, was created around 1842. It is among the artist's most atmospheric depictions of Switzerland, hailed by the great critic John Ruskin as the best Swiss landscape yet painted by man. Ruskin himself would later come to covet the work, acquiring it for his personal collection. The piece is one of the few Swiss watercolours by Turner still in private hands, and has only recently returned to the market. Despite the work's title, here the artist renders the village of Andir, about 10 kilometres away from that of Splügen, where the pass travels over the mountains and drops down towards Lake Como. Former Tate Britain curator Ian Worrell has suggested that the work would be more accurately titled Andir on the route to the Splügen Pass. Andir itself was a popular stop-off for travellers heading from the north to Italy, as the pass was the only route to Italy at the time. The town offered picturesque views and thermal mineral baths, which continue to bring visitors to the area to this day. Looking more closely at the details, we can observe an inscription on the rock, Bain, alluding to the bathing opportunities in the village. So too, we can see a woman and child at the edge of the pool, in the shadow of the building in the middle ground, the Evangelical Reformed Church of Andir, surveying the mountain road below. Turner has rendered the falling dusk in multiple layers of wash, invoking an almost dreamlike quality that pervades the image. In 1841, the artist undertook a walking tour of Switzerland and was present in Splügen around 1843, as he signed the guest book of the Boden House on the 10th of September. This helps us date the work more accurately. A related drawing of the watercolour can also be found in the Tate collection, dated 1841 to 42. Ruskin wrote in his diary entry of 1844 of his great desire to obtain the work, having seen it adorning the wall of H.A.J. Munro of Novar, a prominent collector who had amassed an expansive collection of Turner's works, invoking a friendly rivalry between Ruskin and himself. It would not be until the latter's death in 1864 that Ruskin was able to acquire this work, some 20 years later. As he was suffering from poor mental health, he was unable to bid for it, but in an act of incredible goodwill, his friends and supporters united to buy it from him as a gift. During Ruskin's tenure of the work, he ensured that it was included in an exhibition of Turner watercolours at the Fine Arts Society in London, in his first year of acquisition. Later, the piece would travel to Ruskin's home in the Lake District, Brantwood. In this drawing by Alexander MacDonald, one can observe the work hanging prominently in Ruskin's study. The piece remained at Ruskin's home until his death in 1900. It was then bequeathed to Arthur and Joan Seven, who had cared for Ruskin in his later years. Despite having to sell much of their collection to pay for the upkeep of Brantwood, they retained the Splügen Pass until 1923, when it was sold to Alexander Thomas Hollingsworth, a notable collector of Turner's works. From there it moved to the Nettlefold collection.